So then, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with Ultimate Racing League's World Endurance Championship season. Thank you to the people who watched qualifying. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed my dinner, I'm sure. So we are here for the next 2 hours. I will be taking a small break, just to let you know, at 8:15. Because these live streams are very demanding on these people, on commentators like me. Not only do I have to talk for 2 hours, which, contrary to much belief, is quite difficult for me to do, but I also need to attend to real life matters as well. So I will be taking a break at quarter to 9. I don't know if I said quarter past. I meant to say quarter to. But we are just getting everyone back in their cockpits. The drivers are getting strapped in right now for this 2-hour endurance race. What are the rules? The rules are drive as fast as you can and win the bloody race. Those are the rules. You can use any strategy you want. If you think your strategy is smarter than everyone else's, good for you. So we might be seeing people taking soft tyres, hard tyres, medium tyres, maybe even the wet tyres. Who knows? And talking of wet tyres, let's have a look at the weather forecast for the race. So, we cannot predict the future, we can only view the past. So, as you know, for the last 20 minutes of qualifying, it was not raining, it was dry. And the weather appears to have kept the same for the moment here. So look at this, there is no rain on the radar at all. So we are anticipating a dry race, at least for the start of it. Maybe no rain for the first half an hour at least. So let's see if that is right or not, because anything can happen with the weather here in Spa-Francorchamps. I've been there myself, and it absolutely threw it down with rain. We've got an intruder in the pit lane. Hoyland has arrived. I think he might be lost because he won't be taking part with us tonight. But say hello, Hoyland. Hello. There we go. He's gone. And by the way, now we've got 5 people watching. Gosh, aren't I popular? Come and say hello in the chat. Come and have a chat with me. Keep me company. And Dragion is just like, Kostas. Kostas is basically just sat here talking to me when the race. He's in the race. He's there. Look, 10th place. Congrats on the 10th place. Oh, bloody hell, it's Alex as well. Hey, Unforgiven. Yes, even his guy is wearing a green shirt there. Hey, a good qualifying for Alex as well. 5th place. Yeah, that's I'll say good result. I'll not act so surprised. That's a bit unfair, isn't it? I'll be in trouble later if I act too surprised. Yeah, have some of that Enzo. 10 thousandths faster than Enzo. So he's now got to do those lap times for 2 hours now, though. That's the thing. I'm anticipating one hell of a race here, because look at the gaps between some of these guys. We've got Stormfly's definitely going to be having a fight with Panos. I wouldn't want to pick which one of those two is going to win. We'll not mention Kevin. We're just waiting for Oz. Oz has disappeared, as he sometimes does. It could be his internet, or he could have just gone for a smoke. Who knows? But anyway, so Tess and Unforgiven and Enzo will be almost certainly having a good inter-URL race here. Look at the lap times, all super close to each other. Dan also pretty close as well. And a big split in cars here as well. So it's not a case of one car locking out the front of the grid and another car having no chance. Let's just have a look. We've even got a Corvette in the field this time. I don't think we had one in the last race. So yes, we've even got a Corvette. I'd like to identify, if I can, the actual replicas of these cars, like what those cars represent in real life, because they are all themed on real GT cars. In first place, that is the Penske Ford Racing entry, that I know, and we've got the Akodis factory Lexus in second. The rest of them I'll try and identify as we go around. I mean, Alex's car just looks like Alex's car, to be honest. And to be fair, Enzo's car just looks like Enzo's. But Enzo's is just the AF Corsa Ferrari, of course, the most classic Ferrari livery of all of them. We've got a Heart of Racing Aston Martin, and we are going just in 1 minute, so stay with me. I can see some people have left the room. I forgot to lock the doors. I will lock the doors next time. You know, you close your browser and the browser just reopens itself. You close your phone and YouTube just reopens. But we are going again we are going for this race in just a minute's time, and we will be underway. 2-hour race, so that means we will be finishing at 10:15 tonight, which is why I had my dinner during qualifying. Yes, I can't wait for this one though. Well, it looks like we've lost our other commentator. So just to let you know, there is actually another commentator, but not on this race. We have 2 lobbies open. There is this lobby, and there is the amateur lobby. So I get the pros, because apparently I complain too much about the amateurs. That's what I've been told. I'm too harsh on them. I'm like that strict teacher at school. When I see someone doing something wrong, I just tell them. I don't think about their feelings. I won't be seeing many people doing anything wrong here, though, because this is the top division, and every single one of these drivers can and will kick my arse. So we have gone into the lobby now. We are on the grid. In fact, we are waiting for them to get going. A rolling start here as Kevin takes us away. I am glad that I noticed that we'd started, because I was expecting a notification. And here we go. We are underway. Kevin leads us down to the Eau Rouge and Raidillon for the first time. Eau Rouge first, then Raidillon second in that for GT40. Stormfly in the tow though. Stormfly will be looking to attack as soon as possible into the first corner, into the first braking zone. So, Kevin leading. Let's look behind. Stormfly is not in striking range though, and even Kevin is later on the brakes anyway, showing Stormfly exactly where you can brake for that corner. Down the field we go as Panos holds off Mr. Tickles. Alex just keeps a steady eye. Enzo with a bit of a gap back to Alex. Should I call him Alex or Unforgiven? I don't know. But anyway, then, well, we call Dan because that is just his name. He's giving a go here at Enzo. He's got a better exit. Can he get up the inside? No, because the braking zone just isn't big enough. He just pops in behind, right on the back bumper there of Enzo. Let's see, there's cars getting out of shape up in front actually. And what has happened there is Alex has taken 4th place somehow. Tess getting a penalty. He must have gone wide on the exit of one of the corners. Oh, and he's gone round. He's gone round as he held it. He has held it, but he's going to lose a bunch of places here on the opening lap. He is on the soft tyres, actually. Let's just have a look at Unforgiven is on the mediums. So is Panos. So is Stormfly, but Kevin on the softs, actually. So it's just as well that Kevin did manage to brake later. That'll probably be why. Tess then is going to lose a bunch of places as we go down to the final bus stop chicane. Lost a couple of places, and Grasshopper on the attack here. Let's watch Grasshopper. He's gonna try and just tuck underneath. No, he can't quite do it. And that was the save of the century there for Tess. I agree. He should be the England goalkeeper with saves like that. Well, let's see. Manos was having a look there, wasn't he? He was just making Grasshopper check his mirrors, but he has to check his own mirrors because we've got Dragian looking at the back of Manos, Greek on Greek. as we come down to finish the first lap of the race. Tess is right behind Dan here. He's put that penalty behind him already, and he's in the tow, in the slipstream down the Kemmel Straight, and this could be a pass here. He's got the extra speed, and he's got his car up the inside, easy position. But look at this, look at this. I thought Grasshopper was going to try and follow. I thought Grasshopper was going to go and try and follow through there, but he didn't. No follow through for Grasshopper. Oh, look at that! A big slide there for Manos as well. Dragian getting a penalty. He must have had track limits at Eau Rouge. A bit surprising to get track limits at Eau Rouge, because these cars plenty of downforce. Oh, look at Manos! Manos has gone off. Manos is having all sorts of problems with the steering wheel on that Aston Martin. Oh, and now we've got cars stacking up. Peter there might be able to get past Manos as well. There's a bit of a sandwich situation going on here. These guys jostling for the same piece of tarmac. Peter has managed to get past Dragian and all of that. So Dragian falling down into 12th. We've got Tidders down at the back. Let's see. So Dan is now holding off Grasshopper. Grasshopper might have a chance as we go through the final sector if he can keep tucked into the back bumper of that Porsche. So let's see, a blue Porsche versus a red Corvette. I'll try to be more accurate with my identification of the cars as we go along, but I at least got the colours right. Oh, and look at that. So Tess forming a queue here behind Unforgiven. It's too far to make a dive into the bus stop chicane, but he can at least put him under pressure. He's got his car out a bit wider, pinning Alex to the apex there, and Alex having a bad exit. I could see that coming a mile away. He was just wide of the apex, was Alex there, and that has dropped him 2 places in one corner as well. Now, oh, Enzo going for the late dive there. What a move that was. That was opportunistic as they come. And he is actually going to go side by side into Eau Rouge. This is what every racing driver dreads, and he's backed out of it. He's thought, nope, there's no need to try and go through Eau Rouge side by side, because I've got a nice long straight now and I can slipstream you. And that's exactly what he's doing, but he didn't realise he's invited Alex to the party, and who would do that? Well, only Enzo, it seems. Look at this, Enzo pulling out of the tow, and that is giving Alex the opportunity to try and go around the outside, but he doesn't pull it off, as Enzo then just retakes the racing line there at the top of Lacombe, and the cars so close together there, their names were mingling on my screen. Let's see what is happening elsewhere. So I said Panos might be attacking Stormfly. Oh, Panos has gone off. It's almost like I got a sixth sense. It's like I can curse these people with my mind. As Panos there having a really nasty moment, very reminiscent of what happened to me in the manufacturer's season about 3-4 months ago. I had the exact same accident, just running wide on the exit of No Name Corner. Tess doing very well, must be said. So Tess challenging these League One stalwarts here, and he is on the soft tyres, so this drama for Panos has given Tess a chance here to go on the offensive, and he's 0.7 of a second up on his personal best as well. Just one thing to comment on here, by the way, I cannot check the weather radar because I don't have the option to change the track map down at the bottom corner. I would if I could. But the people at Polyphony, they're very lazy. When they designed this game, they just kind of didn't bother with a load of stuff. And that was one of the things they didn't bother doing. As, oh, we see a car off in the background. Who is it? It is Rossi. How's he had an accident there? I've never seen a car lose it there. Well, we've got no replay feature either. But we will have to do a highlights reel after the race and pick that one up and give it the attention it deserves. Was there contact? I wonder, were 2 cars trying to go side by side? I don't know, because nobody's backed out to let him retake the position. Well, say retake the position, he will be last. In fact, we can see him on the map there in the final corner. In fact, has he got damage? He almost certainly does. He does have damage. So, compounding the injury there, he's now got to go to the end of the stint with that front splitter damage. Stormfly only 5 seconds behind Kevin here. That is mighty impressive. That he's only losing, basically a second a lap to Kevin, despite having the medium tyres. That bodes well for the long-term strategy for Stormfly. What is he using fuel-wise? He's using the same fuel as well. Now Panos has got a reputation of saving fuel, and he has saved quite a bit of fuel compared to Stormfly in front. So Stormfly's got to bear that in mind as the race goes on. The refueling in these pit stops is very slow. It takes almost a minute to refuel these cars. So Panos has to, Panos is clearly bearing that in mind. Now the grid getting a little bit more spread out here. Enzo just clearing Unforgiven there, and now starting to go after Tess, who is on worn soft tyres. So those cars should start coming together. Grasshopper now coming under pressure from the soft-tyred Manos, who had those issues controlling that car early in the race, but he's managed to put that steering wheel back on the right way around. Very uncharacteristic, I think, for Manos. He's a driver that I rate very highly. He's beaten me so many times when I was young. When I joined URL, he was the first boss that I had to beat on track, was Mr. Manos. I used to call him Twinkle Toes because of how good he is without traction control. So all of the Greeks, you've got a nickname for him now. Just call him Twinkle Toes. That's my name for him. And he really is putting Grasshopper under some pressure here. He does have a lot of lag, does Manos, but he seems to be quite smooth here. He's going for a cutback. He's forced Grasshopper to the inside, and Manos is going to be too close here to get the slipstream, but not close enough to have a go through Eau Rouge, I don't think. This would be an incredible move if he pulls it off, and now he doesn't bother. Oh, getting all out of shape there. He should be okay for track limits, I think. Oh no, he's got track limits. Oh dear. Oh, this game is brutal. There we go. He did run onto the outside of Radion there, didn't he? And the game decided to give him the death penalty for it. So a big smile on Grasshopper's face, if indeed he's got one. Yes, he'll be just going, ha ha. And he sees that. It gives him another lap where he doesn't have to defend. Not just that, but those tyres will be looking very second-hand soon for Manos as well. He will find it harder and harder to hassle Grasshopper the longer he goes in this race. So look at this, by the way. I thought Stormfly was closer to Kevin. I was looking at the wrong gap. It's the gap to Panos. My apologies. I should get fired at some point for my poor quality of commentary. Mr. Tickles is maintaining a gap to Enzo, but that gap will start to come down now. So a 2:19.9 for Tickles, a 2:19.6. I'm right, the gap's coming down. Then a bit of a bigger gap back to Unforgiven. He's struggling to live with the pace of Enzo over a stint. Even though the race started very well, and it's still going very well for Unforgiven there in 6th place. I'm sure if he finishes there, he'll be quite pleased with himself. Certainly considering that he's got Stormfly and Kevin in front of him, then you can't really call it 6th. You have to mentally tell yourself it's 4th. I would not want to be saying, I've got those guys in the race. Oh, look at that, as Manos has got another penalty. How does he keep getting these penalties? What is he, Manchester United? Another penalty for Manos, and he's already dropped behind Dandan because of the penalty as well. We didn't really see what happened to Dandan. He was... is he fuel saving or something? Because he's going slow here, and they're side by side. Oh gosh, and we've just witnessed an overtake through Eau Rouge. It wasn't a clean one. There was door banging involved, but both of them lived to tell the tale. I wonder if yes, Dandan is saving more fuel than everyone. Look at that fuel level. Look at that fuel level. There you go. So he's playing the long game, is Dan. Even more fuel than Grasshopper. Who's got the most fuel is the question. So I was going to say probably Panos, but it is Dan actually. Dan really playing the long strategy here. Maybe he's trying to save a pit stop. If he could save a pit stop, it will save you 43 seconds at least, because of the length of the pit lane here. It is the longest pit lane in the world. The rumour is that it's longer than the runway from Fast and Furious. That is how long the pit lane is here, ladies and gentlemen. It's longer than the actual track. I think it's because it's got a slow speed limit. The Belgians very strict on speed limits. As we start to see a bit of a change in weather. Oh, and Dan getting a penalty as well. Penalties are popular at the moment. If you haven't had one, you're not cool, apparently. Enzo has made his way past Tess. It was only a matter of time. I'm sure it was a breathtaking move. I can't be everywhere at once, unfortunately. Sometimes I even have trouble being in one place at a time. That's me. So Tess really starting to hurt those soft tyres now. I think only one more lap and I think Tess ought to be coming into the pits. But maybe he just wants to keep it going just a little bit longer. Who is going to be the first person to pit? Well, Kevin, look at this. Kevin has also kept his tyres well alive. About 20% better wear than Tess. What's his lap times like? He is now losing about 0.8 of a second per lap compared to his optimum pace. So the crossover point is around 1 second per lap. That's the point where he will be considering that the mediums would be faster. But Kevin obviously has got a strategy. We come to the 15-minute mark. 15-minute mark is good friends with 20-minute Chris, actually. There we go. I've got to come up with so many jokes in 2 hours. It's impossible. I will keep trying. Let's see. Is anyone providing any actual entertainment on track, though? We see something happening behind. Peter and Dragian are having a bit of a battle here for 10th and 11th place. So Peter is on worn softs and Dragian on reasonably good mediums. Now look at that livery as well. I like that livery. Wins is a product that has saved me a fortune on mechanics bills. I always put £5 worth of Wins, Wins will fix it oil sealant in my car instead of taking it to the garage, and it works every time. So I'm a big fan of that livery. I'm a big fan of that brand. Not a sponsor. It's not going to help him win tonight, though, is it? Because he's in 10th, 11th at the moment. Is he going to put any pressure on Peter? The gap to Peter is actually increasing slightly, so Peter just pulling away. Dan now setting a fastest personal best in the second sector there. He will start to reel in Manos. Manos' tyres looking very worn out. That Aston Martin does use its tyres more than any of the other cars, and that is what Manos is confirming here tonight in his Heart of Racing Aston Martin. Again, one of my favourite liveries, Heart of Racing, one of my favourite teams in the real world. So he's losing 0.8 of a second compared to his ultimate pace here. Again, what we kind of expect after 7 laps on the soft tyres. This is the point where you start having to really nurse them. That gap to Grasshopper at 1.4 seconds. Grasshopper not really managing to get closer to Unforgiven. Actually, the car with the worst tyres here is Tess. And look at the lap times, a 2:21. He's absolutely hemorrhaging time, but he's got a very good first sector, actually. Maybe he just hadn't been hooking it up on the previous laps, because 0.3 faster in the final sector, in the first sector there, despite having no front tyres, is quite an achievement. Let's have a look at what Enzo's doing. So Enzo just had a bit of a slow lap, losing 0.8 of a second compared to his previous lap. Looks like maybe there was a bit of a mistake there at some point in the lap. So consistency is another important factor, even in a race of this sort of length. And at least he's kept it on the track, though. And I don't say that sarcastically because it's Enzo. I mean that honestly. That's the first thing, and that's the difference between the pro and the amateur championships here. If we were in amateur, we would have witnessed several spins and offs by now, because they do have a habit of pushing a little bit too hard. These guys are very measured, like metronomic drivers. They always do the same thing every lap, which is what makes them so hard to beat on the track. Let's have a look. I thought Kevin was going into the pits. He's not. He's decided to hang it for another lap. A 2:19.3 for him. What is Stormfly doing? He has had a slow lap last lap as well. So mistakes creeping in for these guys now. Even despite the tyre wear, Kevin's still extending his lead over Stormfly, and Stormfly having used slightly more fuel there as well. Let's go down the order just a little bit and see at this stage of the race we don't tend to see as many battles on track, and that's where my job gets just that little bit harder. I have to start working a bit harder to try and find content for you guys to enjoy for the next 1 hour and 40 minutes as Tess becomes the first person to pit, and not a surprise with the state of those tyres. As he takes a pit stop, I'm going to take a quick drink and I'll be with you in 30 seconds. There we go, and you can see now how long the refueling takes here. We're not going to watch it because, you know, it's not the most interesting thing to watch. Our cameraman has also gone for a drink, it seems, because he's just pointing his camera at the ground. Well, yes, we don't have a name for our cameraman tonight. Those who watch my races know that I come up with interesting names for my cameramen. I haven't got one for tonight, so feel free to suggest one. Let's put it in the comments section. I have got the I think I've got the comments enabled. Let me just double check that actually, because if you've been talking and I've been ignoring you, that's my fault. One sec. Yep, we've got the chat on. It's just that nobody's saying anything. Well, it's a chance to interact with the stream. You know, if you want anything shouting out, let me know, and I will shout it out in exchange for £5. Panos then having a solid race in third place. No surprise that Kevin's pitting, and that will promote Stormfly up into the lead for the moment. As we come up to 22 the hour, just as a reminder, in 5 minutes time I will be taking just a short convenience break before we resume for the remainder of the race. As we see, so Kevin still hasn't even reached his pit box. That is how slow the pit lane is here. Manos, look at those tyres as well. Those tyres were absolutely gone. This starts to shuffle the order just a little bit. Now, what tyres is Kevin going to put on? Is he going to put on another set of soft tyres? We'll only find out when he reaches the pit lane exit with the fuel on board. So we'll come back to that just in a moment as Peter also enters the pits. Peter Pitts is a bit of a tongue twister, is it not? Hearing some sliding of tyres there from Stormfly, maybe just breaking traction on that rear end. Oh no, it wasn't, it was Rossi. I think we heard Rossi having an accident, and Rossi with a 6-second penalty. That must have been for pit limits on the entrance and exit. It's the only way I can think of getting 6 seconds of penalty. As Enzo now promoted into third place, and his lap times looking steady, looking a bit more consistent now. The last lap a bit more on the pace, and Unforgiven there, not giving anything away, is he? He's keeping it again pretty consistent, a little bit slower than Enzo on the average lap times there, in the 2:20.5 well, look at the consistency, 0.7, 0.9 and 0.8. Other than that 221, in fact even that is a couple of tenths. If we go from lap 5 to lap 9, he was within a couple of tenths every lap there. So boy is he being consistent tonight. I think he's on for a good result here as well, as we see Rossi taking his 6 seconds of penalties. Oh, and I need to get a move on now, so I will be just a sec. Yep, I need to just take this this quick break because we have got, as I said, I've got commitments. So yes, I'll resume the commentary just in a few moments. I have kept the headset on so I can just talk to myself. I'll try and keep an eye on anything that happens on screen, but yes, I do just have to take this quick break due to some personal commitments. So, just multitasking a little bit here. I can see Panos is now defending a little bit from Enzo. So Enzo has started to give a hard time. We'll be back in hopefully just 5 minutes to the end of the race. See, Kevin did actually exit on the pits. Sorry, he did exit on the softs. So, going to be back with you just very shortly, as I said. I'm just working through some things that I need to take care of in the background that I have to give my full attention other than the race. So we will be back for the rest of the action. Talk amongst yourselves, by the way, as I noticed, by the way, Kevin's setting the fastest lap, so those new tyres working very well for him. Good afternoon, that's life. You've joined just as I am taking my my only break. My only break. But you see, I'm still keeping an eye on the stream. I am still keeping an eye on the stream. But only one eye. My other eye is busy with work. Just got to do something for work, and then we are back for the rest of the stream. I'm getting there, but I'm multitasking very well here, I must say. I can talk absolute nonsense and still do work at the same time, as we see Panos there very close to Enzo, just out of the corner of my eye. But Enzo having used more fuel. Now, he doesn't need to pass him on track if he's... oh no, well actually, the fuel's in Panos' favour, isn't it? So, and Enzo won't know that. He won't know that Panos is just going to pull away once he refuels. They'll be both going for full tanks, I assume. Make the pit strategy very interesting here. They both need to pit this lap, and they both do pit this lap. So you know what? We will come back to them, as Unforgiven also going to have to pit as well. Everyone going the full distance that they can on those tyres. There's the alarm. And we will be able to come back to you right now then. Take a look at what's happening. So we thought Dandan would go further than everyone else, and he is trying something different with his strategy here. So he wasn't driving slowly, he was driving intelligently, I think, because it looks like he's going to try and do less stops than everyone else. Interesting strategy there. Yeah, I'll be able to give my full attention back to the stream any minute now. Just finishing what I'm doing. And as I said, you've got me for the rest of the night then, pretty much. Rightio, so thanks for bearing with me. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, for the remaining 1.5 hours of tonight's WEC series, with Dan leading the race, having not pitted yet, and then we have got Kevin, who has pitted. He is the net race leader, I would say, on the soft tyres. 2 stints on the soft tyres for him, setting a blistering pace on those tyres. Tidder's yet to pit as well, so another guy who's really eking out his fuel economy, trying to make it last. He does have to finally pit. Very confusing that there's a no entry sign there in the background in front of the pit lane. Actually, I think it said pit entry, didn't it? But then we've got, so after all the pit stops, Tess. Now, Tess was the first person to pit. He wore out his soft tyres very quickly compared to everyone else. So he has got a good position on the track right now, but he will fall back just a little bit. Look at him getting the back end of that BMW out on the curbs there, costing him a little bit of time there as well. This is interesting from Manos, that he's... I have actually, obviously I've gone for a break and I've kind of lost track of what's happened, but Manos hasn't put as much fuel in as everyone else. He's not put a full stint with the fuel in. Why would he? Because you can't go the full distance on the soft tyres. So he's taken advantage of that. Meanwhile, the other guys have put a lot of fuel in. Panos putting in a lot more than Stormfly though. Stormfly... yeah, pitted the same lap, but didn't put in as much fuel. Interesting that. Maybe he's going to do a bit of fuel saving. So, Panos and Enzo were only half a second apart before they went into the pits, and they are still half a second apart. This is shaping up to be a great battle. The same car as well, Ferrari versus Ferrari. As we've got that Knox Racing liveried Ferrari holding off the Works Ferrari, and we've lost Rossi. We've lost our first retirement from the race, I believe, is Rossi. He was a lap down already, so maybe he's just decided enough's enough, and he'll go for a beer down the pub. That's what I'd be doing if I wasn't commentating on this. And Dan now finally pits. So this is going to promote Kevin back into the lead of the race, and Dan will be demoted quite a number of places here, I'm afraid. But he's playing the long strategy here because he may not have to pit again as many times. He's made it to 35 minutes, so that suggests to me that he's going to pit 2 more times in this race. So everyone else will have to pit 3 more times, I believe, because we saw the pit stops coming in at about 25 minutes. So interesting to see what happens there. It could also rain. We didn't see any rain threatened for the first half an hour at least, and it doesn't look to be changing, as it looks to be a glorious day here in Spa-Francorchamps. But it could rain. We don't have access to the weather radar, unfortunately. As I said, the developers at Gran Turismo didn't think to allow spectators to see the radar for some reason. So I'm blind here. As there's by the way, I just noticed there's an 11-mile-an-hour toilet in the background there. Interesting. Don't know why the toilet has an 11-mile-an-hour speed limit on it, but it does. Things you notice when you spectate. So Enzo has lost a bunch of time to Panos here. We turned our back and he must have made a bit of a mistake. A 221.3 versus a 220.8. So Panos has got some breathing space now. And just taking advantage now just to unhook my controller, lean back a bit in my commentator's chair. It's also my dinner chair, my watching TV chair, and my, I'm not going to say that one, chair. Let's have a look. So Unforgiven was struggling to keep up with Enzo earlier in the race, and that gap now up to 14 seconds to Enzo. but Grasshopper coming closer, and he's coming closer because he's on the soft tyres. Meanwhile, Dan got a penalty exiting the pit lane. Oh dear, oh no, well, that is going to really compromise him. He shouldn't lose a place to Peter, but it's gonna mess with his track position later on in this race. Oh dear, oh dear. It's very easy to get the pit lane limit here because the pit lane exits around the outside edge of Eau Rouge, and it's a very steep hill. Very easy to miss where the white line is and accidentally put one tyre across it. You know, unfortunately, Dan isn't Max Verstappen. He's not allowed to put a tyre over the white line and get away with it like some people do. But let's see if Grasshopper can reel in Unforgiven. Let's see if he can use those soft tyres to his advantage. Lap time wise, not troubling Kevin's personal best, about 1.8 seconds slower than Kevin's personal best, which puts him probably 1 second behind the second best, if we wanted to start counting from the second best rather than from Kevin. He's eaten Unforgiven's gap here though. He's gained 7/10 on him in the final sector. Let's see now, because he will be in the slipstream down the Camel Straight. That gap going down and down and down. Let's continue to follow this battle. So already gaining 2/10, just following in the slipstream there. Oh, very close to track limits there for Grasshopper. Let's see, have the gods of Gran Turismo been kind to him? It has cost him. He is losing time now, so he's had to get out of it on the way through Radion. And yes, losing time on his personal best despite being in the slipstream there. So we'll come back to that battle. Let's see. Actually, we should probably follow it because there's not much else happening, is there? So Peter there in a bit of clear air. So classic livery there for Peter's car. That reminds me of one of the old Vitaphone GT1 entries. You know, they had a deal with Vodafone with the green and the red. But anyway, I'm very rubbish at actual liveries and naming them. But I can name this one. This is Wins. Yeah, I like that one as well. That's probably my favourite one. It stands out, that, doesn't it? That purple, very interesting colour scheme. Sorry for the yawning, by the way. Yes, this is also the end of a long day for me. Been working hard like a good boy, earning lots of money, so that I can continue to drive a crappy Maserati that breaks down every 5 minutes. Now I'm seeing some decreasing gaps here, so Stormfly does appear to be reeling in Manos, and that is why. So Manos has run out of tyres. I can see why he didn't put as much fuel in his car, because those tyres just not lasting as long. And Manos with the usual lag that he usually has there as well. We see that on screen in front of us. Now, truth be told, I was lying slightly when I said I'm with you till the end of the stream. I do have one other thing to do tonight, but don't worry, it's not going to distract me from the action. I can definitely keep commentating as Manos gets a half a second penalty there as well for his antics through Eau Rouge. We didn't actually see him go off the track, but that was because he was lagging as well, as this is going to bring Stormfly right up to him, but it's not going to matter. Stormfly doesn't have to pass him because, well, he will just wait, won't he? He will just wait for, you know, he'll just wait for the pit stop, basically. Anyway, so the race is settling in a little bit now. We don't tend to see as many battles at this stage in a race. Yeah, it's time to try to find something interesting, you know. to talk about. I've got an alarm going off on my phone, which is a little bit annoying. Yeah, let's buckle down in a sec. So, Manos into the pit lane, and Enzo with a penalty as well. Oh no, that's not really going to hurt him too much against anyone from behind, but could be a bit of a problem if he's trying to go against Panos there, isn't it? And Grasshopper hasn't managed to really catch Unforgiven, has he, either? So, you know, Grasshopper will have had the best out of those tyres now. The lap times will start getting worse and worse, as Unforgiven then didn't have to really defend, did he? That gap staying around 1.5 seconds-ish. Meanwhile, so we've got Tess out in the lead, but that is just because he's very much out of sync with everyone else. He's only made one pit stop, whereas everyone else will have he's made one pit stop. Not everyone else has made two, but some people have started to make their second stops. Yeah, we'll see what the order is. Obviously, in the final stint, that's when it all gets really interesting, is to see in the final stint who has the net lead of the race, because that's when these strategies all come back together and all converge. So what else is happening out there? That is the question. Can we find any of the stories? Well, actually Kevin has caught on to the back of Grasshopper here. Kevin just being out of position because he's made his pit stop. Although he's there we go, he's straight up and past, easy pass on those brand new soft tyres. So Kevin just making his way through the traffic, not a problem for him. And as I said, you will have my full attention very shortly as well. I apologise that you know, a few things happening here in the background. Let's see. As I said though, at this stage of the race, we don't see much happening, do we? That's the challenge. And Manos down in last place, having made his pit stop, but again, he won't be last for long. Let's see who the next. Oh, and we've got Dragian with damage. Dragging with damage, and it's forcing him to pit off strategy because that is quite heavy damage. The cars do not self-repair in this championship. It is as realistic as we can make it. Who is going to be the next car to pit? It's going to be Grasshopper, isn't it? That Corvette does use its tyres a little bit more than the other cars. You know, uses them like. I don't have an analogy that I can say on stream, but let's just say it uses them. Let's see who else is going to pit though. Well, Tess as well. So Tess also, having used all of the fuel, I don't think there's going to be an extra lapse with the fuel in there. So the reason he's having to pit off the same time as everyone else is just he started on the softs and he wore them out a lot faster than everyone else. So we'll see what else is happening around here. So, Kevin scything his way past Unforgiven. We just missed the end of it there. Not a surprise though when he's on the better tyres. And Enzo with a comfortable gap here over Unforgiven. A comfortable gap over Kevin as well, but Enzo hasn't pitted yet. Enzo probably got a couple of more laps before he pits, and actually I think Kevin's strategy could be a bit of a problem for him here. And the reason I say that is just he's going to have an extra pit stop over everyone else, and the pit lane here is the longest pit lane in the world. So I don't think Kevin's strategy is going to be right. He's gone for the hare rather than the tortoise approach. And I don't think it is the right approach. He's got a lot of work to do. And we will have to see at the end of the race here whether it's actually the right strategy or not. I'd be surprised if he's got the wrong strategy, because these Greek guys, they do tend to do their homework. They're very good at strategizing. We will see. We will find out, won't we? It will be interesting to see what happens. Let's see. So I thought Tess was going to pit already. He's proved me wrong, I think, by going out an extra lap, but he's got Stormfly coming up behind him. This actually is for net position. Because look at that, Stormfly will have to pit soon as well. His tyres are looking a lot better than Tessa's. Tessa's actually ran out of fuel, hasn't he? Oh, he's on the board. He's on the brink here of running out of fuel. That is absolutely on fumes, and you could tell by how slow he was going down the straight there, losing a bit of time. Didn't even try to defend. So it is what it is, isn't it? So Tess into the pits. That gap between Panos and Enzo has grown. So not only did Enzo have that penalty earlier on, but he's also just not able to live with the speed of Panos. And did Enzo go slightly over track limits there as well? Nope, he's got away with it. I think it's just a trick of the camera there. Panos has also got more fuel in hand here as well. Panos just really with the upper hand here, and the upper hand over everyone is Stormfly, but a lot less fuel in Stormfly's car. So fuel is equal to net time here, because you will need enough fuel to make the end of the race. So Stormfly will have to lose some time to put that difference of fuel back in the car. Let's watch what happens then. And by the way, I'm not distracted here. I'm also just genuinely running out of things to commentate on. As let's try and make it interesting. I mean, I've got the most difficult job in the world here to make these live streams interesting because of how long these races are and how tactical they are. I tell you what, we haven't seen so far. We haven't seen any rain. There's been absolutely no sign of the rain, I also did wonder if we'd be racing into the night, which we haven't seen either. The sun is still up in the sky. Even though Unforgiven there has his headlights on, that's just because he's a BMW driver. That's what they do. BMW drivers aren't aware that there is a button that turns the headlights to auto, especially the fog lights. So there you go. Then again, Kevin also with his headlights on. Maybe it's just fashionable. Maybe it just looks cool. Who knows? Maybe I'm just a grumpy person. So let me know in the comments, by the way, if there's anything that you want to see or hear. I say that, you know, don't say you want me to sing the I don't know, I'm trying to think of a song to sing, you know, Beat It by Michael Jackson. You know, I'm not going to do that. Why was that the first song that came into my head? Don't know, maybe because I saw an advert for the Michael Jackson movie earlier today. I don't know, many reasons. Yeah, we have got a long night ahead of us, haven't we? So, yeah, let's keep at it, keep with it, and see what happens. Oh, Enzo with a penalty, and you know what? He's got a penalty before he's even got to Air Rouge, which is interesting. And you know what? I was commenting on the headlights. It is actually going dark. I think we're going to finish this race maybe in twilight. Yes, there's a bit of darkness coming. So let's see what happens there. Well, let's see what happens. It goes dark, obviously. I'm just talking nonsense, aren't I? But look at the gaps. The gaps now between everyone, you know, the closest two cars together. Oh, Peter getting blue flags, actually. There you go. Where is the race leader? Stormfly, there he is. Peter getting blue flags, but not for long, because Stormfly is going to be in the pits this lap. Panos can keep going. Panos just the master of fuel saving, though. Yes, Panos knows how to play the long game. I've raced against him myself, and he does save fuel, like he's having to pay for it almost. And that's what he's doing tonight as well. He's just kept on to about 10 litres more, I would say, than Enzo, and about 20 litres more than Stormfly. So yeah, it's all just about preserving that fuel for Panos, something that he's just very good at. So let's take a look at where Dandan's race is going, because he's also playing a very different strategy. So Dandan is playing a strategy here of just not getting involved in any battles, maximum fuel saving. So we thought Panos was good. Look at this. You know, he's got an extra 10 litres even on Panos. And you know what? If he can make it to 1 hour without having to pit again, which I'm almost certain he is going to, then he is on for one less stop than everyone else, isn't he? If you think about how we divide this race up. He's made a pit stop at the half-an-hour mark, and in fact, no, I'm even wrong there. He made a pit stop at the 40-minute mark, so he'll be going hopefully to the 120 mark without another pit stop. Yes, interesting strategy there, but it will be costing him lap time, obviously, as Stormfly then. Now he's got all of that refueling to do. That'll be giving Panos a massive advantage here. Panos will be on slightly worn tyres, but the refueling gap here is the main thing that we have to watch out for. Now that gap at 7 seconds back to Enzo. Kevin, meanwhile. So now this is the thing that I said with Kevin's strategy here, making more pit stops than everyone else. He's only managed to make his way up to 3rd place, and everyone has to pit at least one more time. He has to, Enzo has to, Panos has to, and he's 11 seconds off Panos. So I'm not sure Kevin's strategy is quite the right one tonight. Oh, and Kevin making a mistake. You saw it here first. It is a Tesco exclusive. A mistake for Kevin. Oh, what an amateur. He's not going to win anything making mistakes like that, is he? He's getting the back end out there as well. I'm channeling my voodoo curses towards Kevin right now. Nah, he's a great guy. I really like him. Wishing him luck. But he's going to need a bit of luck here because, that mistake costing him a couple of seconds there as well. But look, he is gaining on Enzo quite a lot here. If he hadn't have made that mistake, he would actually be potentially even in front of Enzo. Let's see. Once again, if anyone's got any interesting stories to tell me or wants to chat about how things are going in URL, let me know. Give me something to talk about, because the guys now have settled into this rhythm. I don't have a co-commentator to prompt me with things to say. I am basically just here all night talking to myself. So yeah, this is the most challenging season to commentate on out of everything in URL. But I'm up for the challenge. Let's see if anything has happened. So obviously Enzo pitting now. He's going to have more fuel to put on than Panos, but I don't think he was really challenging. Now another person who's going for the long strategy here is Tidders. Tidders trying the same sort of thing as Dandan, but 25 seconds off Dandan, just due to the lap times he's been putting in haven't been quite on the same level as Dandan's lap times. He will struggle to make it more than an extra lap, I would say. Who's my favourite to win this race? I'm lost. Yes, I am also lost. I would like to say who's going to win this. I think my bet at the moment is on Panos. Now, Kevin is easily the fastest driver here, but with being on the soft tyres, unless he does something miraculous at the end of the race, he isn't going to gain a whole pit stop over the field. The soft tyres are just not fast enough. When we're at Spa-Francorchamps and it's a 45-second pit lane, you're just not going to gain the time. So I'm not sure why he's come up with this strategy, to be honest. Interesting that 7 litres isn't enough for Panos to make it round for an extra lap. Maybe he wanted to eke it out for one extra. So he's only managed to make it to 1 hour and 2 seconds into the race. So it tells me though that he's pitting every 30 minutes, so Panos has got one more pit stop to come. Most certainly going to be taking the mediums, and Unforgiven in the same situation. So what we can say is that Panos and Unforgiven are on the same strategy here, give or take. About 24 seconds there between the two of them, but Panos with more fuel in hand, 4 litres extra fuel compared to Unforgiven. Every little counts here though, because let's count putting 4 litres in, shall we? So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's about, well, okay, it's about 2 seconds worth of fuel is 4 litres. Now Manos pitting as well, so Manos doing a similar strategy here to Kevin. Maybe the HKRT team have been talking to each other a bit about strategy, but maybe they've done their practice on the wrong version of Spa. That happened a while ago in URL and caused quite some controversy. That could be part of what's happened. Who knows? Anyway, I'll try not to watch cars just getting refueled. Oh, let's watch the pit exit here for Unforgiven. Is he going to be okay with the pit limits? Well, we can never tell from that camera angle, but I think he's all right. Yes, he is. He's avoided that white line there is right on the crest of Eau Rouge. It's a pain in the ass to spot it from in the car. There we go. So, actually, you know what? Kevin managed to get his way into the lead. Oh, that was because Panos pitted. So yes, now Panos and Kevin are going to be on the same strategy, give or take here. Kevin has pitted one more time though compared to Panos, so yeah, you just got to bear that in mind. So that means he probably also needs to pit one more time more than Panos before the end of the race as well, unless he puts on some mediums. He could put on some mediums, but yeah, I don't know. The big question mark will be where Dan finishes. So Dan is going longer than everyone else, and it looks like he's going to be able to make it to probably 1 hour and 10 minutes into this race. It's not enough though. It's not enough to save a pit stop. He needs to make it to 1 hour 20 minutes. And Dragian's decided to smoke a cigarette in the pit lane. Don't do that, my friend. You will set fire to the pits. Yeah, I really like that he's racing and talking on the YouTube at the same time. Is he going to be on the? Oh, he was very close to that white line there. Very close. He's got away with it though. He's got away with it. You can never tell from on board really, especially in a car like the Ford GT40 where you can't see outside the window. We got Tidders actually. We've got a race. Hey, look at this. We've got a race. We've got 2 cars separated by less than a second after 1 hour. So let's watch this one. Let's see what can happen with the. With that Aston Martin of Tidders. What livery is that? It's another Heart of Racing one. I thought it was. We've got a blue one and we've got a green one. As he chases down that Vodafone Team Mercedes. He's reeling him in. He's taken another couple of tenths out of him here. And now he will be menacing in the rear view mirror of Peter. Now you want to time your run very carefully down here. Too close to the back bumper and you won't get the benefit of the tow, because you'll be having to back off to avoid hitting him as we start to go into night time as well. By the way, it's I think in in game time, it has just gone 8 o'clock in the evening. Not too far off the real time actually, just an hour difference. And Tidder's just not managed to get past there. Actually, I thought from that sort of distance he'd have a good chance at it. So now he's going to have to follow him round the twisty bit. Those soft tyres will be very good round the twisty bit, but overtaking maybe not quite as easy. Let's see if he finds a door opening or not. Peter isn't one for making silly mistakes, so I think Peter should be okay to hold on to this place at least until the final sector. That gap now down to 0.6 of a second. Just increased there because Tidders didn't quite get the entry into is it Puon? I don't know. Into Puon, correct? I think this is Tarzan, isn't it? I vaguely know the corner names. Actually, I don't know the name of this one. I think the next one's Stavolo, though, isn't it? And that gap, not small enough here for Tidders to have a go. Is he fuel saving? That could explain things. The car doesn't seem to be gaining top speed very easily, actually, so maybe he's on fuel map, because he was revving it out, but he was you see the revs sort of jumping a little bit. That jumping of revs on the rev counter usually shows you that someone's fuel. Oh, and Peter has made a mistake. Oh, I talk such nonsense, don't I? I was saying just how good he was a few minutes ago. He's crap. It makes us spin. Oh dear. Well, that makes it easy for Tidders, doesn't it? And that was our only little battle on track. I could swear I saw a yellow flag briefly as well for someone else. So Tess out in front of Enzo, but with a lot less fuel on board. So I think Enzo might find his way past Tess once the pit stops are done and dusted. Yeah, let's see if anything else is going on though. Is there anything going on in my brain? That's a good question. Still don't have a clue where Dandan's going to come out here, but I did say he'd be pitting around 1 hour 10, and I'm pretty accurate on that, aren't I? Because yes, he will definitely be in at the end of this lap, looking at his fuel. Let's look at his lap times actually. So at 21.5, 21.2, 21.5, 21.0, 21.1. So he's with give or take a few tenths, he's not doing bad. Yeah, he's pretty consistent, isn't he? Right, now I can give you my full unbridled attention for the rest of the race. Sorry, I did have something else to attend to, but it wasn't really taking my time. As Kevin sets a fastest first sector here, as the lights start to come on and the sun goes down. That's a good song, isn't it? Arctic Monkeys, When the Sun Goes Down. I could sing that for you if you want. Dragian still he's in the pits again, isn't he? He is. he just fancied another cigarette. I could swear it was only a few laps ago that he pitted. Maybe he damaged the car or something. It's a good way to get yourself in the stream, isn't it? Just send a message now and then. I don't know why he was in the pits though. He was only a few laps ago. Now we need to see though with Kevin. He's got to make an extra pit stop, I believe, to win this race. And currently, he ain't anywhere near a pit stop in front of Panos. So I might be wrong. But let's well, let's look at his fuel load. His fuel load, he's basically got 6 laps of fuel, which is going to be about 12 to 13 minutes of the race. I think he's broken this race down into 15-minute stints, if you think about it. So that means every 15 minutes he pits. Well, that doesn't make sense though, because then he'd be pitting in 1 hour 15, wouldn't he? As Dandan finally, he comes in with an empty tank of fuel. He says to his pit crew, "There ain't nothing in there, mate. Can you fill me up?" As we have the musical statues competition. Look at them all there. I think one of them moved. Yep, he's moving. The guy with the sign, the guy with the fuel can, he is perfectly still. I think he's the best one tonight. The guy looking at the rear wing, he just moved his hand. I saw that. So he's disqualified. Yes, I think the Gran Turismo team should have probably done something with these animations. Really, they should have. You know. Wow, it's gone dark very fast, hasn't it? Just noticed now. Suddenly you turn the camera and you go, whoa, it's dark. You know what, Dandan's not even bothered filling the tank here, so I'm very surprised. I think he's realised that his strategy is not really going to pay off. As we look into the night sky, he's avoiding the line. He touched the line there. Is that going to be another penalty? He got one last time, didn't he? He definitely touched that line. Again, I think he's lucky. I think there's part of that line you're allowed to touch and part of it you're not. So he definitely touched the line later on there, coming to the later part of the pit apron there. Anyway, let's have a look then. So Grasshopper stayed off my radar a little bit tonight. He's just got his head down, having a quiet race, a quiet Friday afternoon, evening even. The lap times there not really been troubling Unforgiven that much, and look at this. So Unforgiven's on a very different strategy here as well. Got a lot more fuel on board. Gonna go probably about another 20 to 25 minutes before he needs a pit stop. Yeah, meanwhile Grasshopper probably can only go, well, another lap, I would say. So we'll see though what happens with these strategies. That is part of the fun. And now as we enter darkness, this is also where the drivers are going to have to adapt to their braking markers. Let's go on board. We haven't been on board with someone for a long time, so let's go on board with Enzo. Very close to setting a personal best lap there, so we just missed that as he brakes just as he comes under the light of the pit lane there. Nice little brake marker that. Ooh, I've never witnessed a Enzo moment live, but we were very close to witnessing an Enzo spin there. I wonder how often he does that, because that might be why he spins so much. If he's relying on himself to catch those, that's never as effective as just not having the snap in the first place. You know, you should avoid having the snap rather than trying to catch it. It's not really slowed him down. I think it is just his driving style. You know, only a 10th off his personal best. So I think part of it could just be the way Enzo drives. As Tess has got a half a second penalty. Tess not really going to be in this race with Enzo. As I said, I think my money is probably on Panos to win tonight. Strategy-wise, I mean, he's got a lot more fuel than Kevin as well, so even if they do have to both pit, he's going to gain a lot of time back on Kevin, as the cameraman there has just gone for a cigarette break. Well, come on, cameraman. Come on, cameraman. Yep, there you go, cameraman. There's the car. Still no rain. Still no rain either. Now, if we get rain in the night time, that's going to be absolutely brutal for these guys to deal with. A wet night. You know, I wouldn't want to be having a wet night. and by that I mean not wetting the bed, I mean the track. You know, talking of wet nights, here's Unforgiven as he goes around. He really likes the rain at Spa, doesn't he? Us in URL, we remember what happened to Alex last time it rained here. He was basically passing the pit exit when the heavens opened, and then he set a world record for the first ever 1080 spin in Gran Turismo. If it was Tony Hawk's, he would have got really a lot of points for doing a 1080, but unfortunately it's Gran Turismo, so it was quite entertaining watching him spin all of those times. Anyway, he won't be having PTSD, I'm sure. As he's had a very consistent race. We haven't seen him make any mistakes, and pretty consistent times. We said earlier his times were in the mid 220s. He's in the mid 220s again, just putting those times in lap after lap. Impressive stuff. Obviously he needs to be a bit quicker to be keeping up with Enzo. His times, you know, not as consistent actually, but more towards the low 20s, and even a 19 in there. That explains that 16-second gap to Unforgiven. And you know what? I never buy myself any bloody beer for these. I need a six-pack. Be downing some pints whilst I'm doing this. Yeah. Oh well. So Tess definitely going to run out of fuel soon. Now he would actually be on for a dash to the end if he can make it to say 1 hour and 25. Then it is possible for him to reach the end, but I think he's just going to be short of it. It's just not quite doable. Look how dark it's got now. If my job wasn't hard, it's just got even harder, because now we can only see headlights. That's all we can see. As Stormfly there in third place. The gap to Panos, yeah, staying roughly where it is. I think Panos has just had the edge on Stormfly all night tonight. It's very interesting to see which of those two drivers was faster. I've raced against both of them, and I hadn't realised that Panos was actually quicker than Stormfly. It makes me feel a little bit better about myself now, because Panos does put up a serious fight against me. Every time I race against Panos, I just know that I have to perform my best, and it all makes sense now, seeing him driving circles around Stormfly here. Yeah, it's not often that someone can do that to Stormfly, so yeah, put some perspective in it. Maybe that means next time Stormfly has a race against me, I might be able to beat him. That would be interesting. But Stormfly's one of those drivers where when he practices and he really gets into it, he's unbeatable. So it all just depends. I know he's a very busy guy outside of racing, so it's always down to how much time he's put onto the track. Let's just see then, are there any battles on track? There aren't really, are there? We've got Dragian, who's had that extra pit stop. He's quite far behind. That Ford looks beautiful at night, doesn't it? With its glow-in-the-dark wings. Very distinctive car there. Are the lights the same colour on Kevin's car? That's something I'm wondering. They're not. Oh wait, no, they are. Yeah, I was just wondering, are all of the Fords lit up with the same colour? That blue glowing in the back wings. It's very unusual to see that on a GT car. Usually they want to save weight. So Kevin then with the lead of the race, but a massive fuel advantage to Panos, and we need to see how this one works itself out. If they do both have the same number of pit stops to make, then it could go either way. But I do have that feeling that that Panos has got a pit stop in hand here. He could, yeah, that's life. It was fun. The three of us, me, you, and Stormfly, having those races back when, you know, I think we were all like learning how to race each other back then as well. I think the way that we actually battle on track these days is a bit different. I've mellowed out a little bit because I've definitely got less to prove. Stonefly is still as brutal as he's always been. If he sees an open door, no, if he sees a door that's half open, he'll fully open it. That's the way he races. But it would be good to see us all on the track again at the same time again, just like a class of League 3 reunion, and we should even invite Archer just for shits and giggles. That'd be hilarious. Just smash Archer. just smash Archer. Yeah. There's a guy from my past that I want to invite back. I want to invite Vicar19 back. He was the arsehole who started trolling me on my YouTube channel. I want him to come back because I'll absolutely wipe the floor with him these days. He used to be a good challenge for me back in the day. Anyway, I tell you what, just reflecting on my time in URL, it's been really nice just that some of the people that I looked up to when I started in URL are now people that I race with, and I'm really proud that I give those people a hard time. It's not about beating them all the time, right? But we can't say his name. You know, and talking of the people that I looked up to, Smith was one of them. So Mr. Smith, you know, I've no shame in saying when I started in URL, one of my first seasons was in GR2s. I was racing alongside Dirk. Dirk, for some reason, thought I was the next champion and wanted me in his team. And I remember coming across Smith and someone saying, Smith's one of the guys to beat, and he absolutely smashed me. I just couldn't keep up. So now, you know, a year and a bit later, to be there constantly, some races I win, some races I lose, but the fun is not knowing. The fun is going into that race not knowing if you're going to be the victor or not. You know, I would never walk into these going, oh, I expect to win anything. You know, I'm very happy regardless of where I finish in the races at the moment. As long as I don't come last, and as long as I beat Alex, that's all that matters. So Kevin having to make his next pit stop. Now, Kevin is going to have to make another pit stop. That is for sure. Right, he is not going to be able to make it to the end. You know, he's got 30 minutes. Unless he puts medium tyres on and a full load of fuel and fuel saves. Let's see. But Panos could do the exact same strategy. Panos wouldn't have to fuel save as much if he wanted to convert now into one final stop. And I think that is what Panos is going to do here. He's got this strategy nailed as he comes round actually to lap Grasshopper, which puts a smile on my face. Sorry, DJ. He's going around to lap here. Maybe you want to pull aside, DJ? Oh dear. Blue flags for DJ. I think, in fairness, DJ's just come out of the pits. In fact, DJ might even be able to pull away from Panos here if he's on fresh tyres. Let's have a look. Oh, he's on mediums, so don't know. He could be about to get in Panos's way. I'm sure he'll pull over if he has to. We're up to 9 people watching. I feel popular. You know, seriously, Coronation Street is pretty good, and I'm quite happy that you're watching me instead. You know. It is more important to find out who wins this race, though, than to see whether Deirdre gets her hair dyed. You know, I love how that Ford GT looks at night. That is just so cool. It's a shame you can't change the colour of it. You know, it'd be great if you could make that. You know, if you could change the colour of it. Let's be honest, Alex would use it because he could make it glow green. Right? Yeah. Oh god, that car's hard to see in the dark, isn't it? That's the Porsche. Porsche. You can't tell what it is. It's got no neons or anything. It's a crap car. Right, where's the blue neons under the hood? Serious. No. Dan then has got the most interesting strategy here tonight, though. He is going to have to pit again, and he's consigned to that. But I think most people have as well. So what do I think about Dan's strategy? Where do I think he'll finish? I think he is going to finish. I think he's going to be finished very close to Unforgiven. Looking at the fuel difference there, he's going to have a much shorter pit stop than Unforgiven. But I don't think he's going to do anything against Enzo. Enzo, yeah, he's just way too far up the road. So Enzo's just got past Manos, I think. But is Manos trying to come back past? Let's just have a look. So yeah, Manos is trying to unlap himself here. So we've got a bit of drama brewing. Let's follow it, because also Manos can see Tidders in front of him as well. And he's just got a car in between him and where he wants to be. So this is a racing etiquette question. Are you allowed to unlap yourself? He is on soft tyres. I think all is fair in love and war. I think he should be able to unlap himself. But Enzo will be wondering what on earth's happening. He's got to do it the hard way. Blue flags don't work in reverse. But I guess if I was Enzo, I'd just let him through. Just be like, he's not in my race. He's not going to hold me up. He's clearly faster than me. Let's go on board. And you can see there, they're not allowed to flash your headlights, so I don't think he'll be doing that. And he's actually having Manos having to back out of the throttle there. Oh, is that going to be track limits? We'll see. But he's lost a lot of time there to Enzo, and it is track limits. You know what? Just a silly mistake there from Manos. I will say that was a bit of a schoolboy error, because he had plenty of grip. He just didn't use the full width of the track. He was narrow on the entry there to the corner. Is it Blanchimont? Whatever it's called. All right. And now he's got himself a penalty. So you know what? He probably has to pass Enzo twice now. He has to pass him the first time and then pass him the second. Is Enzo gaining on Tidders, though? That is the question. Oh, and look at that. He's... I think that was lag. I think that was just lag, because he kept his foot down and doesn't seem to have lost any time. As Enzo now following in the slipstream of Tidders. The slipstream working, obviously, if you're lapping cars or passing them. Tidders is going to have to get out of it, but without... Now, this makes it easier for Manos. Manos no longer has to overtake Enzo. But he is going to still be faster than Enzo. That's the problem. Let's have a look at what tyres. So Tidders is on mediums. And Tidders could be going to the end here if he can eke it out. In fact, no, he's not going to be able to. He's not going to be able to. So he's going to be doing a rain dance now, hoping that we get a downpour at the end of the race. Yeah, Manos just blowing his best opportunity though. And we maybe come back to it though. Oh, as we see Panos getting all out of shape there. Kevin then is 53 seconds behind. So we'll have to keep an eye on this. It is going to be quite a long pit stop for Panos. 45 seconds of it is just going to be pitting out. But Smith, I reckon Kevin's got the wrong strategy here tonight. He is going to have to make an extra pit stop. Panos is not. And Panos could even put the soft tyres on at the end here if he plays his cards right. Is he going to? He's going to pit now though. So he's not managed to get one extra lap out of the fuel. Yes, let's see. Can he put in a half an hour stint on medium tyres with some fuel saving? I would do it, Panos, if you can hear me through the internet. I'm just going to say, I don't think Kevin's beatable on pace, but I think on strategy he is. I think there was a better strategy out there tonight. If I was here right now, I would be filling that tank for Panos, and I would be making sure I can do 15 laps, half an hour worth of driving. Right? In fact, 14 laps if you think about it, because it's 220s, so 14 laps. right? It's possible, and it saves you making a pit stop that's going to take you 45 seconds. You're not going to lose 45 seconds in 14 laps fuel saving. You're just not. So Enzo then also into the pits, but he's he was quite a lot of fuel shy of Panos there and Stormfly. So these strategies converging, no one being able to go an extra lap in this race. Let's see who puts in what fuel though. Some of these guys might be going short and knowing and just admitting that they have to make another stop. Now Panos has done that though. So Panos isn't even trying to make full distance. Now this puts it back in Kevin's court. I think he's made a strategic blunder here, Panos, because he was really only 2 or 3 laps short of over the whole race distance of saving a whole pit stop. So I'm not sure why he's put on the medium tyres either now, because the soft tyres will go 15 minutes, 7 laps, not a problem. Right, split the time remaining in 2. He's got 30 minutes left. So I'm not agreeing with Panos' strategy at all, I'm afraid. He is going to have to pit again, I think. And that is a shame, because Kevin, 28 seconds up the road. I think this is now Kevin's race to lose. Kevin obviously has to pit again, but so does Panos. So that 28-second gap is real. Dan was the one that I didn't know about. Is it Dan or is it D and 4N? Thoughts in the comment section, please. I think that clearly says D and 4N. Or is it Dan 4N? Who knows? What the hell? Alex is leading a race. How did I miss that? Well, let's pretend that didn't happen. He's led a lap. He'll be patting himself on the back now. Oh yeah, I'm rating good, me. I've led a lap. Good on you. Let's see though. So Kevin is absolutely destroying Dan's lap times here. He's so 220.8, 217.8, 3 seconds a lap faster. Does 4 mean A? I don't know. I mean, I've never gone 1, 2, 3, A5, have I? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's put an A at the beginning of his name there, so he can't have an A and a 4. He's got to either have all 4s or all A's. There you go. That's my opinion on the matter. That's case closed. As we watch Kevin put in the fastest first sector of the race, going purple in the middle of the night. Let's not make a rude joke about going purple in the middle of the night. I'm sure you can all think of one. But he's got to find a way past Dan here. Dan doesn't have to let him through. If I was Dan, I would be making my car as wide as possible, making as few friends as possible. The guys who've been racing against me on Tuesdays and on Sundays, I think I can now safely say, right, I'm happy to be a friend off track, but on track, tough. I'm going to race you. Alright, I'm a racing driver, it's what I do. Alright, don't let people through because I'm on a different strategy. Ask Osman how that worked out. I could put him into the barrier, didn't I? On a different strategy. Oh dear. Look at this run though. So I think he's going to have him down into the bus stop here. Is he just going to be? Is he just going to line him up? Just going to back out a bit through here? Yeah, he does. He knows what he's doing. He needs it to be maybe a tiny bit closer. It's going to be real dive from there, but he's made Dan go to the inside. Now he's going to get the cut back to the right, get a smoother exit. Should be able to get him into turn 1 reasonably easy here. And he's got well, you know what, Dan, yeah, staying to the inside. That's what I would do, just to be annoying. But it's not going to work because Kevin He knew how close he could get to that barrier, didn't he? Bloody hell. What a move. That was as tight as you like. Dan gave him 1 car width, and that's all he needed. He should have given him 0.9 car widths. Kevin getting all out of shape. What a save! What a save! Is this going to give? No, Dan's not got really enough track here to make a comeback. But now the question then is Dan versus Panos. Both of them have to make 1 more pit stop. I think Dan has done this. I think he's going to be in 2nd place. I said I didn't know where he was going to finish. I'm calling it now. I think he's got 2nd. Kevin's going to finish well, not a pit stop in front of everyone else. You know, I think Kevin could have been way further ahead of everyone. He's made his life hard here because he's got a net lead of the race of 1.3 seconds after 1 hour 38 minutes. I think Kevin's bad strategy has been counteracted by his amazing driving. Very interesting to see a driver only take soft tyres in an endurance race. Very weird. Maybe he forgot to buy the other tyres. You never know, we could get rain. I'm still doing a rain dance. Come on, make it rain. Make it rain, make it rain. We want some purple rain as well. Not the Prince kind, but the kind of everyone shits themselves and crashes kind. The kind that we had at the Nürburgring in Sunday Championship last season. That's what we want. I'm looking for drops of it. I am. It's very hard to spot when it starts raining in the wet. Let's have a look at how Enzo's getting on. So, well, gap between Enzo and Stormfly. That tells a bit of a story because they are. You know what? He could actually get Stormfly if he keeps this together. If he can put in some good laps here, they both need to pit 1 more time. So does Mr. Tickle. But Enzo could close that 6-second gap to Stormfly with the fuel advantage he's got. And you know what? Enzo, if you can hear me through the magic of the internet, I'm rubbing my temples and sending you a message. It's put soft tyres on. You can definitely make it to the end on soft tyres. I think Stormfly... hang on, so how many laps have we got left? So we've basically got 9 laps left. Stormfly's going to need fuel. But I think actually he'll put soft tyres on as well. So he's got it covered. They're both gone to softs for the end, I'm sure. The question is whether Enzo could try and undercut though. Once you get to 15 minutes remaining, so in 5 minutes time, Enzo could just duck into the pit lane early, put on those soft tyres, knowing that they will have a performance advantage, knowing that he could get out in front of Stormfly and then just defend until the end of the race. I would be considering doing that. Just mess with him a little bit. Even if it doesn't mean that you win, that you beat him, just mess with him a bit, make him work for it. Yeah, I mean, watch me in the GR2s this week. I messed with Manos big time. He was on soft tyres, I was on hards. I made myself as annoying as possible, and it paid off. All right, so that's what I'd be trying to do if I was Enzo. Just go pit early, get yourself track position over Stormfly, and then annoy him like crazy. Let's see what's happening. I mean, Dragian, nice of him to come in the chat and have a few messages with me, a few jokes, but he's a lap down, as Peter's about to go a lap down as well. And there we go, Dan and Kevin both entering the pits at the same time for their final pit stop. It'd be funny actually if Kevin has to pit again, but he's got to put on the mediums, hasn't he? It's just too early to put on the softs, I think. I mean, I don't get any information on my screen. 36 lap 36, lap 43. So he is doing 6 or 7 laps on these soft tyres. He's put softs on again, so maybe he thinks he can make them last. He did do a very long stint on those soft tyres in the first stint as well, though. I think he made it 20 minutes on those. So, yeah, either way, he's got a 20-second lead over Panos on track. So he'd have to screw up quite royally to throw that away. Meanwhile, then Enzo is actually gaining quite a lot of time here on Stormfly. He was 6 seconds behind, now it's 4.8. He has got lapped traffic, but he's got it in the perfect place into the first sector, actually getting a toe there off Peter. Now, if I was behind Peter here, I'd be hoping just to be let through, and that's exactly what Peter's done. That is the perfect place, because he's gained 2/10 there almost, just following the slipstream of Peter. So 2:19.2 versus a 2:20. He's gained 8/10 on that lap. The lap before, he was actually losing a bit of time. So the gap ebbing and flowing here between Stormfly and Enzo, but Enzo with more fuel and with slightly fresher tyres as well. Let's see what happens between those two. There is a race to be having there. And look at this. Dan's got another penalty for the pit lane. He's done it once, he's done it twice. This could be major for his race, because it's going to deny him a chance here to get past Tess. Well, Tess doesn't even defend that. I don't blame him for not defending it, because, you know, he's just going to come straight back past in a sec anyway. So Tess just playing the long game here, just waiting for Dan to take his penalty. Well, Kevin out in front, having made that pit stop, though he's already a pit stop in front of Dan. Yeah, Dan then on the soft tyres as well, so interesting. So Dan has, so actually, let's comment on that. Dan has split the end of the race strategy. So he's basically said, I'll put the softs on, half a tank of fuel, and I'll pit once again for the end of the race. So he's accepted that he's got to make a pit stop. I don't think they can make it 7 laps on, you know, 3/4 of a tank. Well, no, what is it? Between half and 3/4. 5/8 of a tank of fuel. I think Unforgiven is going to have to pit again. But I might be wrong. Oh, and Enzo with a penalty. So this is going to take the pressure massively off Stormfly now. This could be crucial. These guys could be right together by the end of the race, but not with Enzo getting a penalty. He'll be kicking himself. But be proud of yourself, my friend. You have set a record here of 44 laps without a spin. Very consistent driving from Enzo this time. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take that back, though, and be a bit harsh and say it's not been consistent. He has been fast, but look at the lap times. There's been quite a bit of variability in the lap times from Enzo tonight. It has allowed him to stay in front of Unforgiven, Dan and co. But if he'd have been doing his best lap times lap after lap, he'd have been in front of Stormfly at this stage. So maybe what I'm saying here is I beat myself up when I see things like that, and I'm just encouraging further depressive thoughts. Like after a race, I look at myself and go, oh, I threw away 4/10 every lap here, there and everywhere. You know, I'm never happy unless I give myself a 10 out of 10, and that's very rare that I do. Tell you what, Stormfly's had a crap lap though. Before the penalty, that gap down quite substantially. The most consistent tonight has been, and I know the answer to this, I think Panos has been very consistent. Look at that, 20.2, 20.4, 20.3. You know, so some very consistent 20.5, 20.5, 20. You know, pretty much within 4 or 5 tenths every lap. Bear in mind the tyres are wearing as well. That's pretty damn consistent. But the other person is unforgiven. As much as I don't like to give him a compliment, you know, he's been 220.8, 221.1, 220.5, right, 220.5, 220.8. So again, sort of like give or take 4 or 5 tenths, and accounting for tyre wear, that's pretty good going. And look at that, right on cue, 22 thousandths off his personal best. You know, you said it, Smith. I'm not allowed to say it. You said it. He's been consistently slower than Enzo. In the first stint, he was 10 seconds behind Enzo. He is now 5 seconds, 11 seconds. Yeah, he's... Oh, actually, as Kevin's setting a fastest lap here, by the way. Always in that first sector, it seems. Enzo's your hero. Well, I'll pass on the love message to him. You know, you two should get a room. Anyway, so is he gonna have Stormfly? That's the question, right? 4.7 seconds after he took that penalty, and he's got a lot more fuel on board. He's got, you know, that's what, 4 or 5 litres. He makes a great coffee, does he? I'll have one then. I'm addicted to caffeine. I've run out of things to say. It's been an hour and 48 minutes. I tell you what, I don't need a coffee. I need a bloody beer after this. Oh, let's see where Grasshopper is. He is 7th, and yeah, he's not really showing up tonight. He's not really had any overtakes. He's not been battling anyone. He's just been driving round. I guess whatever makes him happy. He is in the Corvette, so got to give that to him. That thing is a pain in the ass with its tyres. It definitely wears them more than anything else. Yeah, but 50 seconds behind Alex, that's dire. Let's just remind DJ, let's remind Grasshopper all the things he could have been doing tonight instead of this. That would have been a better use of his time. And no rain, Dragon, no rain. I know. It's actually, I guess you know more than me, mate. You know more than me because you can see the weather radar and I can't. So yeah. Yeah, let's interview Grasshopper at the end of the race and just ask him how he thought it went. Let's with a straight face, just a perfectly straight face. Like, so then, good race, mate. I don't think he's been on the grass, but yeah, that joke comes up every time I see him cutting a corner. You know, never gets old. It's like people telling me not to panic, right? Meanwhile, by the way, Kevin just obliterates the fastest lap, so I'm paying attention. He's just absolutely destroyed it. The guy's a machine. After driving for 1 hour 50 in the dark, he's just like, you know what? Fastest lap, mate. Why not? I'm bored. He's even got traffic in front of him. And he's just like, yeah. I'm just gonna set the fastest lap. Let's see him smoke Enzo. He's less than a second behind. Enzo shouldn't really fight this because he knows he's got to pit. Yeah. In fact, you know what? I say he knows he's got to pit. He doesn't. He doesn't have to pit. Well, either they both have to pit or neither of them have to pit. Right? They've got the same level of fuel, give or take. Right? So you know what? I did say Kevin's messed up his strategy big time. Oh, there you go. There's the proof. Because and you know what? I thought Panos had to pit, but I don't think he does. I'm changing my mind. I was right first time. I think Panos could be about to win this, because if he can make that sort of 40 litres of fuel just last him for, what is it going to be, 4 more laps, he's done it. as we see a car in the background going way off track. Is it Dragians just keeps coming into the pits for a smoke every few minutes. Yeah, it's just look at him. He puts in the chat whilst he's driving. he's just having a good Friday afternoon. Yeah, I think Panos has got this though. Then if you know, he's got the same amount of fuel as Kevin, so that tells you something, doesn't it? All right, tells you something. Either they both have to pit or neither of them have to pit. Oh, I heard screeching and I thought Enzo had done an Enzo then, and he hasn't. But yeah, screeching the tyres through the apex there as well. I heard it very quiet, but I did hear it. Let's go and watch this battle then, because this is a battle, right? Let's go from this view. I don't like that trackside camera, because the bloody cameraman doesn't know where to point his camera. Yeah, Aussie disappeared. He did a good quali and then just vanished. So, I don't know, maybe kids or something. We don't need Fitzy, we only need one Welsh person. We need a happy Welsh person, not a grumpy one. They're not bad considering the handicap that they've got, that they are Welsh. You know, that's Enzo wonders why he has so many spins and then he uses that much curb, that much, like the green AstroTurf, which is bumpy as fuck. No wonder. I'd spin if I was on that stuff. I think Kevin's going to have him here then. Kevin's got him easy. We'll go off board. We'll get the cameraman to do it because it looks a bit more cinematic, doesn't it? There we go. Up and under. Bob's your uncle. Well, best he can come here is second place if he can catch Stormfly. He's got some catching to do. You know, there's many things that you can catch. Can you catch Stormfly though? And if you can, is there a vaccine for it? He's taken 2/10 out of him already. Enzo here, you know what, Enzo shouldn't give this up though. Just follow Kevin, knowing that Kevin's tyres are going to go off. It's the same amount of wear actually. It's just that Kevin's on the soft, so they will continue to degrade. And you know what? Enzo's got to keep him close here because he might not be able to get past Stormfly as well. Oh, he's gone deep there. He's going to compromise his second apex. Enzo reels him back in here. It's going to tighten him up for the exit of Lacombe as well. Enzo right on the back of him again. Mind you, Enzo losing some time through the exit of Lacombe himself there as well. I didn't see it from Enzo's perspective there, but he must have lost some time on the exit. But what I was saying is Kevin is going to get up to Stormfly and then have to pass him. And that is Enzo's chance. That is the chance to say, okay, your tyres are gone, I'm coming back at you. As Stormfly has actually got less fuel as well, so Stormfly might have to start eking this out. He'll be able to see on his heads-up display how many more laps of fuel he's got. Everybody knows at this stage it's going to be 2 more laps. We're going to go to 50 laps. Look at that though, Panos. When I saw him put 89 litres of fuel in, I honestly thought, you've messed this up, pal. He's that confident that he got enough fuel. Panos he drives like me. That's the biggest compliment I can say. I've followed him in the GR2s. His driving style is the same as mine, and his strategy is the same as mine. We both conserve the fuel, we play the long game, and we come out strong at the end of the race. And that's exactly what he's done. I shouldn't be saying this because I don't want people fucking copying me on a Sunday. It's my secret sauce. Alright, that's how I won that second race on Sunday. It's just, you know, strategy, mate. That's all it was. But anyway, talking of strategy then, so Kevin got it wrong. Told you he'd got it wrong. I doubted myself because I started to doubt whether they'd have enough fuel. But yes, they did have enough fuel. And he is hunting down Stormfly though, so he's making amends. He is Kevin at the end of the day. So at least he can drive the car fast, even if he doesn't get the strategy quite right. Within a second, oh, Kevin with a penalty. You don't see that often, but he's pulled a right gap on Enzo. Enzo must have, he has, he's done a 221.2. He'll be kicking himself. He sets a purple first sector. Maybe he's got a bit of fuel to spare. He's revving it out, maybe. Yeah, he is. He's got fuel to spare. Look, he's revving it. He's not short shifting it no more. He might be able to see Kevin's penalty in the distance. Let's go on board and see whether he can glimpse it. No, it's not showing up from that range. The draw distance on Gran Turismo not long enough, so he's not aware of what's happened to Kevin. So it won't affect him because he'll be flat out anyway, won't he? But look at that, he is flat out, revving it out. He knows that we are only going to get one more lap. Panos might have to do an extra lap actually, because yeah, he's coming up to the line any moment. Kevin extending the gap here though actually. He's going to obviously fall back now with that penalty, and Stormfly will just be cracking a smile from under that visor. So Kevin making a mistake. The GOAT has been dethroned, and Enzo then gaining half a second penalty is worth about a second round here. Yep, it is a second. It's gone from 2.9 to 1.8, and Enzo will be thinking, oh, am I back in this? We have literally got this lap to go. They are not going to cross the line. Are they? Hang on. Let me think about that. Yeah. So this is basically going to be the last lap. They are going to run out of time to finish this lap. So this is Enzo's last chance. Lap number 50. Panos might be able to get it across the line. The fuel light is on for Enzo. Oh, and Kevin, another mistake. We just saw it there. Is that going to be another penalty for Kevin? It is. It's another penalty. Now it becomes critical for Kevin. Enzo with the fuel advantage here as well. Dan in the end was fourth. I said he wouldn't be able to challenge against Enzo. Enzo just going. Oh, he's done an Enzo. Oh no. We were in the right place to watch it. What's he doing there though? Couldn't he have put the handbrake on? Anyway, well, at least he doesn't lose the place against Dan, and this is it, final lap confirmed. Dan will see him. He's going to have dirty tyres here though, so he just needs to let that heartbeat rest now. Just leave it in the past. It's not cost you a place. It cost you an opportunity to gain a place, but it didn't cost you a place. Meanwhile, Kevin will be upset at himself because he had a chance here to take Stormfly on the last lap, even into the last corner, but he just couldn't hold that Ford GT through Eau Rouge. Look at him fighting that car. Stormfly just knowing here. Oh, Stormfly making a mistake. This could come down to the end. Oh gosh, he's got a run on him, but he can't get past him, so it is still going to be Stormfly's for the taking. Oh gosh, and you know what, for a second then I thought Stormfly had thrown it away, but he's kept it. Oh, he's got no fuel. He's going to have to limp to the line. This could also, well, neither of them have got any fuel. Could they run out of fuel before the end? Look at that. I think that's some fuel map going on for Kevin there. As they come round with Grasshopper being put out of his misery. He gets to finish before everyone else because he's so slow. Oh, he's run out of fuel. Is he going to get him? He's got him across the line. Kevin on the line has got Stormfly. Stormfly has run out of fuel. Drama right at the end for Enzo and for Stormfly. Oh gosh, and Dan managed to get the gap down to just 2 seconds as well. So he didn't stop fighting right until the end. And then it's just Alex bringing it home in 6th place. And I think that is everyone across the line. That is Tidders, that is Grasshopper. We're just waiting now for Peter. There he is, flashing his lights down in 10th place. So, wow, what a finish, right on the line, 0.3 of a second for Kevin, photo finish after 2 hours. It was done by just 0.3 of a second, and it was because of Stormfly running out of fuel. Panos there winning the race. What a drive and what a strategy for Panos. Great driving, but Kevin kicking himself for the strategy there. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That has been 2 hours with Panic at the Tesco. I need a beer. All right, I hope Tesco's still open right now. It'd be ironic if it wasn't. Yeah, that's why you watch for 2 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been rewarded for that, for watching the whole 2 hours. Wow. And sorry, ladies and gentlemen, that I had to go and do a few things during the stream as well. You know, my Friday nights tend to be quite busy. I'm going to save the replay just in case. There we go. The time is 22:22. I'm going to hang up and get on with my rest of my evening. Have a good one. And there will be some more commentary coming for the Porsche versus Ferrari. It's all been recorded. It's going into the studio for post-processing tomorrow morning, and it'll get uploaded later on tomorrow. So we've got 4 races of Porsche versus Ferrari with some pretty crashy racing, let's say. So you'll hear me getting excited in that one as well. So thanks, everyone, and have a good night.